Hey everyone, it's Kara, and today we're going to make some baked beans with ground beef. And this is a perfect comfort food. We love our baked beans down here in the South, and this is a great way to make them because you're adding beef to them so they can actually be your main course meal and not just a side dish. So let's get started. So the first thing that you're going to do is chop up a green bell pepper. And I just used a whole bell pepper. If you don't like the taste of those, don't add it, or add red bell pepper. Just, you can kind of adjust this to fit your taste. And then next you're going to chop up an onion, and I just used a yellow onion. I chopped up an entire onion, and you don't have to use an entire onion. It was kind of a lot, and I actually ended up only using about 2/3 of it, maybe about a half of it actually. And I do like to chop up the onion pretty small so that it kind of cooks a little bit and that they're not still crunchy. I don't like the crunchy onions in it, but you do you. So now I'm going to cook about 5 to 6 large slices of bacon. I don't know why I'm cooking them in a skillet. I never do that. I have a griddle I usually cook them on, or in the microwave, but I don't really know what came over me to cook them this way, but here we are. So just make sure to cook them. You can cook them as crispy as you like them, or sometimes people like them chewy. Do what you like. And I hate cooking them this way because the grease splatters everywhere and I can't control it. So you'll see here, this is not my arm. I did not grow this much hair on my arm between video clips here. This is my other half here. He is doing this part for me because I hate it and I don't want to get splashed by grease. So thank you very much for taking care of this for me. I promise I will cook them on the griddle the next time. But you can cook them however you like. Alright, so now I am just mashing up some ground beef. I hope you have this hamburger masher. It is wonderful. It makes short work of mashing up the beef. I mean, a spatula works too, but I like the meat masher when I'm starting to cook the beef. You want to cook the beef about halfway through, and then after it's cooked about halfway through, you want to add in your vegetables that you chopped up. So I'm just adding in the green bell pepper and then the onion. And remember, I ended up not using a full onion because I just thought it was kind of a lot. But if you like the taste of onion, go ahead and add as much as you want to or as little as you want to. And now you're just going to finish cooking the meat and make sure it's all fully cooked. Then you want to drain the meat, and I couldn't get all of the grease out of it, so I'm using this trick that I saw on Julia Pachinko's YouTube channel, and I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but she just uses a paper towel to sort of soak up any extra grease. And now you're going to chop up your bacon pieces. Mine just sort of crumbled because I cooked my bacon really crispy. So just feel free to cook your bacon however you like. If you just want to crumble it up with your hands, you can do that too. I just wanted small little pieces because you're going to end up sprinkling this over the entire casserole. So now you're going to add 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce? Yeah, I don't know how to say it. And 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. I just used light brown sugar. A half a cup of barbecue sauce. Use whatever type you like. I like Sweet Baby Ray's, no sugar added, but that's just my preference. And 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. That is the small can, not the large can of tomato sauce. So now add in 2 cans of pork and beans. That's the 16-ounce cans, and I didn't drain them fully, but I did drain a little bit of the liquid off of each can. So now just mix that all up well, and if your skillet is not a deep skillet like this, you can just mix everything in a bowl. You don't have to mix it inside the skillet. So now you want to taste test it. because you want to know if you need to add any salt and pepper. So taste it and then add salt and pepper until it fits your taste. So now add it to a 13 by 9 inch baking dish. And I can't remember if I sprayed it or not. You probably can get away with not spraying it. It's probably not that necessary because I don't think anything will stick. But once you get it in the pan, just spread it out evenly. And then you want to take your bacon crumbles and spread them all across the top of the baked beans. So now you want to cover it with foil and bake it at 350 degrees for about 40 to 45 minutes. And you can see here that I forgot to cover it with foil, and I took it out of the oven and covered it with foil and stuck it back in. So at about 10 minutes before the baking time is over, you can pull it out, take the foil off, and then stick it back in the oven for the remaining 10 minutes. And once you're all done, it's going to be all full of bubbly goodness, and you're going to just want to eat it. But don't eat it just yet. It's going to be like hot lava. You want it to cool down just a little bit. I hope you loved this one. I ate so much of this. It's the perfect comfort food. Let me know if you try it. Happy baking, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.